Hey Priti.
How are you?
Good, good, good. You're joining from mobile. It's coming some number.
No, I'm in my laptop.
Okay. Coming like 351251.
Oh, I was trying to put in something. Probably that came through that.
No worry. Okay, just share your screen.
Okay. Did I share it or?
Yeah, you have to share your screen.
Yeah. I thought I did.
Oh, all right. Okay, so now we are moving towards disaster recovery in Microsoft Azure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a disaster recovery Azure. Okay, for any disaster recovery, not in Azure, even for on premises or for any other cloud, this is the three fundamental which everyone. Okay, one, you design your architecture with high availability. Number two, you must have take the backup. Number three, you must have a DR site. So there are three strategy which is pretty common for any disaster recovery, whether it is Azure, on premises, or any other cloud. So the first strategy is HA, high availability. You must have your services running under high availability. So for an example, let's say I say that I have one virtual machine which running a very critical piece of application. What will happen if this VM goes down? What will happen, Priti? This is a single VM and
Mhm.
you installed a critical application inside the VM. What will happen if this is down?
Is there a backup or?
No, what will happen if the server is down?
Then you lose all your.
Yeah, your application will not running, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone who is running the Zoom application, if the Zoom application was down, what will happen? I and you will not connect. Correct?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So what is the best strategy you will follow for a high availability? You have a multiple option available in Azure. If you remember, what is the first option we have? We can create a availability set, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What is the second option? You can give zone redundant availability. Means your server must be running in a multiple zone. What is the third availability? You have a load balanced infra. You running multiple server and all server will run as a load balancer, right? And then you have
Yep.
something which is called as a scaling. So you can use the scaling so that you may have a multiple server. So all these options are available in Azure under high availability. Okay, but high availability does not give you the guarantee of your data. Now here I am going to give you a scenario. What will happen? Let's say I have a two server now. Okay, both server have the same data and they are having same application and their data is synchronized with each other, correct? So whatever
Mm.
the data you put in server 1, that will automatically replicate to server 2. So in this case, what happen if I delete the data from server 1? Any guess, Priti? What will happen?
Then you.
Then it will synchronize with another server and say that, hey, this data is no longer required. You also delete,
Yeah.
right? So data will
Yeah.
be then deleted from both server. What will you do then? High availability
High
only for
availability.
services. High availability is not for data, right?
Yeah.
So to protect your data, you have an option to take correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even if you have a high availability, even if you have a backup, so let's say for example, I have kept the backup here in this particular server or storage. I have my backup here. What will happen if this whole storage or maybe the whole site itself down? I kept all my data in my laptop, Priti, right? What will happen if the laptop
Yeah.
itself down? Then gone. Good. So what is the best way people have? They have a replica copy of this architecture available on another far location. Okay. And that location is called DR site. What we call it?
DR site.
Disaster recovery site. Right. So what is the flow of disaster recovery in any place? High availability, backup, and
Yeah. High availability,
backup,
backup,
right?
and
So,
yeah.
yeah, right. So we have seen high availability during our initial class itself. Now we will see how in Azure we can take the backup of my infrastructure. So one thing is very unique about Azure, which does not give by any other cloud. Remember, no other cloud have this capability. Azure says that I can take the backup of your cloud as well as on premises. So what the Azure special has? Azure can take the backup of cloud as well on premises. With AWS cloud, this feature is not available. AWS only take the backup of AWS. Okay. Google can only take the backup of AWS. What will happen if I have my server running in my office also? So it means that I need to have two backup software. Correct? Right? Correct now? So this is also not good because I have to then manage two software. I have to buy a license of the software, right? Azure says that this is not required because you can have the backup of your on premises as well as on cloud in Azure. So you can take the backup of both. So what we are going to do a lab, we have, this is my Azure. In this Azure, I am going to create a vault. Vault is a place where I am going to store my data. So this is my recovery vault. And this is your laptop. In your laptop, you have some data, maybe some file in a folder. I am going to take the backup of your folder and put it into this vault. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So that you understand the capability of your backup as well as vault. So go back to your portal now. Now just click that. Just click the email. It will send a code on your email.
So I have a code or?
No, just click that. First, you have to need a code. Yeah. So it will send an email. Yes. Just put that code. Say no thanks. All good. In a services, in a search box, just type recovery vault. Good. Click the recovery service vault. Oh, top one. Yeah. So resource group 50. Give a vault name. Maybe no. Do not put Preeti because in Preeti we have a policy. So create new. Just click create new. Just make it something demo. Yeah. So next, now onwards, we will use demo one. Okay. Yes. Give a vault name. Maybe just say my backup. Yeah. Backup. All good. Say review and create. Say create. So what we are creating first? a vault. Yeah, go to the resource. Your vault is ready. Now on a very top, you have something called plus backup. Yeah, click that one. Now it give you an option. Where do you want to take a backup? You have the option to take a backup of Azure. You have to take up option to take the backup of on premises as well. So it means that you can take the backup of your Azure server, your Azure database. So when you select Azure, what all thing you can take backup, you can select from below. Select below. You can take the backup of Azure virtual machine, Azure file share, SQL server, or SAP HANA. Good. Now, when you select that, no, I want to take the backup of on premises, just select on premises from top. Now, what all you can take? You can take the backup of file and folder, Hyper-V virtual machine, VMware virtual machine, SQL server, SharePoint, Exchange, bare metal, blah, blah, blah. Got that? Right?
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, I want to take the backup of file and folder, which is stored in my laptop, desktop, or server. You just click file and folder. Yeah. Scroll down. Just click outside. Yeah.
This is not
Now
coming.
it say that for on premises, we have to prepare some infrastructure. Okay. Infrastructure means it has to prepare some agent which you have to download. Correct? Right. So just
So that
click.
means we're taking it from the on-site.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Just click prepare infrastructure. Now you say that first of all you have to download a backup client. Correct? So download from top. You have a download agent for yes.
This one. Download agent. Okay.
Once you confirm you download it, then you have to check the second checkbox. It will give you a key. That key you have to use when you are in fact configuring your backup agent. So select the step number 2. Already downloaded.
This one.
Yeah, and just click the download. Now remember, if you miss that key, then you cannot recover your data.
Oh.
Okay, because Azure do not know who is Preeti. Azure only know anyone who is a key is a owner, right? Correct.
Oh, do I get it in my email or something? The keys?
Key already downloaded. You just download that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that key you have to save. Maybe you can attach in your email, keep it in a pen drive, or keep it in some place where you cannot lose that one. Okay. Yeah. Now install
So without
that.
without that key, I cannot
You cannot.
access anything.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise,
It's just like the keyboard, isn't it?
yeah, it's like a keyboard, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, you take the backup and I restore in my laptop. Okay. So I get all your data.
Okay.
Okay. So click the first one. This is a key.
Yeah.
First is a exe. No, not that one. Not that one. You have downloaded two things. One is a exe. One is a key.
Oh, this.
No, just second one.
This one.
Yes. This is the agent. Okay. So yes. All good. So next. 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 Just select. I do not want to use Microsoft Update. So next. Next. Install. So now it is installing an agent in your laptop. So this agent you have to install on all server and desktop or laptop where you want to take the backup. Okay. All good. Say proceed to registration. Now it will ask you the key. Okay. So browse that one. That is a vault condition. Click browse. You have a browse button on the top. Yeah. And then go to your download. And here the first one is your key. Yeah. Click open. Yes. So now Azure will come to know that I have to communicate using this machine. So go ahead. So next. Just click generate a pass pair. So it will generate a secret key from you. And then just click browse and save it on your desktop. So it will give you a warning. You say no worry. Just
click OK.
Yeah. So it is giving you a warning that this is not good because you are saving your key on your desktop. So what will happen if something goes wrong with the desktop itself, right? Then you lost, you cannot access your backup itself. I said that no worry, just click finish. So it recommended you should store this key in a separate hard disk or separate storage. Okay. Yeah. Just click finish. So yes. So now it is try to register your machine with Microsoft Azure Vault. Till the time it is registering, let's create a folder in your C drive. I think you have a folder called test. Let's use that maybe. Let's click what we have in a test.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. Just open that file. What we have. Yeah, well, perfect. We will take the backup of this folder. Okay. Then delete that. Then we recover that. Okay, very good. Close this file.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
Okay. So let's wait because it's now try to communicate with Microsoft Azure. Yes, it give you something. It give you some red flag. Yeah, just click back and click back. All good. So just click close. All perfect. So your backup tool is ready. Remember, since you are preparing for 104, okay? Right? In 104.
No, I'm preparing for the 900 now because you told me to take the 900, so I'm preparing for that.
Oh, okay. So in 104, when you go as an administrator, this is one job which you have to perform every day.
Yeah.
Okay. So just this side, you have something called schedule backup. Just click that one on right hand side. Yes. So let's schedule a backup. So this is how administrators schedule the backup. Click next. Click add item. Add item. Go to C drive, expand it. Expand the C drive. You have a plus sign. Yeah. Click the test folder. Yeah. Click check the test folder. Click the checkbox. Both folder also. Very good. Click OK. So you are actually telling Microsoft Azure that please take the backup of my folder and a file. Okay. Just say next. Just leave it as it is. You can schedule daily, weekly. Okay. Next. Next. So I am not going to change anything. Next. And say finish. So this schedule generally run by default at 12 p.m. midnight. Okay.
Yeah.
So 12 p.m. it will automatically take a backup. But I want to take a backup right now. Just click close. Now you get a new option called backup now. Same right hand side. Right hand side on top where you have a schedule backup, below the new option highlighted called backup now.
Okay.
Go right hand side where you
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, right.
Okay, so just say next. So he's saying that do you want to take the backup of C drive test? Yes, say backup. Now it will take around 5 to 10 minutes to upload this folder over internet to Microsoft Azure. In the meantime, go back to portal and first check whether Microsoft Azure have your machine ready or not. So just click my backup on the top. All good. Just refresh the page. Yes, scroll down. Now you get something called backup dashboard. Click that below one. Yeah. They say that you have one item to backup. Right? Click that one. What is that one item? You say that only one machine has this backup agent. Which is this machine? Click that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is your machine name. So what is your machine name? Desktop S2 ONEI. Go to your Windows search. And type system. Click system information. So what is your machine name?
The same thing as 6201.
Yeah. Correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's taken your machine. How Azure come to know that this is your machine? Because you have installed the agent and you registered your laptop using the key, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So now your backup is going on. Once the backup finishes, we can even see the backup, right? So go back to your backup now. It is currently happening. Go to your backup tool. On your taskbar, if there is a backup tool. Your taskbar, not in portal.
Yeah.
You come out from portal in your Windows taskbar.
Okay.
After the Google Chrome. No, it's running now. You have just taken the backup. This one, okay?
Oh yeah. Okay.
You say that your job has been completed. So it means that your this item has been backup. Which item? This item. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
Now I want, by mistake, I delete this important file. Now what will you do?
Then that has the backup. That's true.
Yes, but you know that
Because
you have a
it,
backup, right? So what
yeah,
you come, you immediately open a backup tool. Now you get an option called,
recovery data.
yeah, just click that one.
So that means Azure will have the deleted file, so I can
Yeah, because
download it into my C drive.
yes, just click next. Next, select the volume. I think you have taken from C drive. Yes, good. So it will show you that yes, I have one backup available, which you taken on 13th, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, just say mount. Mount means now it will mount the complete Azure cloud drive in your machine, in your laptop, just like a pen drive.
Mm.
So it means that when you go to your this PC, you will found there will be new drive come here automatically. Okay, just wait. You have a C drive and D drive, then you get most probably E drive. Yes, you get E drive now. Here,
Yeah.
yeah. So when you click the E drive, what you found? You found your test folder.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now you can copy your test folder and paste it back where from where you have deleted it. All cool. Everything is back. Right.
Mm.
So you have a test folder. Within the test folder, you have a file, and within a file, yeah, all this.
So only when once you install the Azure backup
Agent. Yeah.
asset, yeah. So otherwise we won't be able to do anything.
Otherwise your data will be
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, it will be gone because there's no other way to back it up.
Yes, exactly. So I hope you understand the whole
Yeah.
whole mechanism of disaster recovery when we are working with Microsoft Azure, right?
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it means that Azure is capable of taking the backup of both the cloud, whether it is a whether it is a Azure, whether it is a on premises. Correct. REST
Yeah.
AWS or Google, they say that I can only let you to take the backup of cloud services, not the on premises. Okay. So many customer has a problem. They say that, yeah, it means that I have to then maintain two type of backup, right? One backup which take on premises, one backup which take on cloud. Correct, huh?
Yeah.
Right? But with Microsoft Azure, no, this is a simple one. You have a only single backup, and that can take capable of taking everything on the on the cloud. Okay. So now you just delete that one. So you have to now, and you also have a backup report. Okay. So once we configure, we will get that. Currently we don't need. So go to the backup item. Let's try delete that item. Mhm, mhm. Just delete. Type the server name. This is your server name. say paste. Now it is asking why you are deleting.
Mm.
Yeah, you just say that it's not
Because you're
good.
done with it.
Yeah. It say that below to confirm the delete. Say delete. Anything, any gap or something which I have? I think you also have a dot. No? Let me take one more time. Type the server name.
It's not coming.
Oh, type the server name. So I am going to take this. Right click, copy and paste. Yes, now it is taken, right? You said that everything is that. There's a backup that I want to click confirm. We will permanently delete that. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, we deleted.
Yeah.
So now you can go to the services, say all resources, and then you have only one resource. Hit yes. Yeah. All right. Now,
Yep.
tomorrow we will see that what will happen if I, as a customer, we have, let's say, a server running in West US, okay? But I have not used any of these services. I have not used availability set. I have not used zone redundancy. I have not used load balance infra. I have not used a scaling. But I want that in any case, if my single server is available, how this single server, if something goes down, then my another server should automatically up. So different between availability set, zone redundant, load balance infra in that, all server by default running. So if you have 3 server infra, all 3 server will be running, right?
Yeah.
Correct now. So as a customer, you are actually paying the price of 3 server, right? But in this architecture, this server will be where you are actually copying. Let's say I am in East US and I want to copy the server as a DR into the West US. Then this server will not live. This server will be in a shutdown mode always. Okay. So only hard disk to hard disk will be synchronized. When your this site is done, then only you can make this server a start. Otherwise, this server will always remains in a shutdown mode. Okay. So you as a customer, you are actually only paying the price of one server, not the other server, because other server does not use any CPU memory. It only using a disk storage and a network bandwidth. So you are only paying a small amount to data replication and whatever the hard disk size you have there in the other location as well. Okay, but you are not paying for the compute price. So this is generally we call it as a active and passive architecture.
Okay.
Okay, so one server will be active while the another server will be passive. We have a active and then you have a passive architecture. Okay, so tomorrow we will do the lab when we create one server and then we replicate it to another region as a passive server, right? So that we achieve our DR site.
All right.
Okay, chalo, see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.